happen because they don't have the fuel for all of these different things. The US is a little bit further removed, has a much stronger reserve, but all of those things that is happening in the global economy, just as it was with COVID, will come back to haunt the US economy as well sooner or later.
Let me ask you about this reporting from the Wall Street Journal, which indicates that this is Abumna, who's a great reporter and journalist, and he's saying U.S. military leaking. They warned Trump that Iran would close Hormuz, but he ignored them, thinking Iran would collapse and he'd get swift, decisive victory. And here's one of the quotes from here. General Dan Kane, chair of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, told Trump an American attack could prompt Iran to close the Strait of Hormuz. Kane said in several briefings that U.S. officials had long believed Iran would deploy mines, drones, and missiles to close the world's most vital shipping lane. Trump acknowledged the risk, these people said, but moved forward anyway. He told his team that Tehran would likely capitulate before closing the strait. And even if Iran tried, the U.S. military could handle it. So I think a few things that were noteworthy to me. I mean, first of all, just the fact that these leaks are coming out now of people in the administration, likely in the military brass, are trying to say, listen, we tried to tell this guy that this was a bad
Yeah,
idea,
yeah.
which shows you as an indication that on the inside, they also think that this is, a catastrophe on their hands at this point. And then obviously the details here that Trump, rather than listening to military experts, was sort of high on his own supply, coming off what he perceives as this magnificent victory in Venezuela, and thought, oh, the Iranians, they'll capitulate. They're just going to threaten this. It's an empty threat, and they'll break before we ever get to this point.